The foreign scene, Russian peace negotiator rules out top meeting on Ukraine war. Good evening, welcome on the news. I am Olatomiwa Donald Falayi. The All Progressives Congress, APC in Ondo State, has condemned the recent attack on a lawmaker in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Gbenga Omole. The party, in a statement by its State Publicity Secretary, Mr. Alex Kalejaye, lamented that criminal elements could launch such level of attack on the lawmaker, who currently serves the Assembly as the chairman, House Committee on Information, Youth and Sport. The statement urged security agencies to put their skills to demonstration and ensure the perpetrators are apprehended and adequately punished to deter others and guide against future occurrences. Under APC also called for improvement in the security arrangements across the state to check those it called desperate players as 2023 general elections draw near. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, says he doesn't know whether or not there will be an election in 2023 yet. The 80-year-old cleric at the monthly Thanksgiving service of the church said God has not told him whether there would be an election next year. He said God spoke to him about the 2019 elections more than 1 year to the election, but the case has not been so with the 2023 election. He quickly added that God might still speak to him about the 2023 general elections. He stressed that he doesn't support any presidential aspirant ahead of the elections. Meanwhile, Pastor Adeboye has bemoaned the rate of oil theft in Nigeria, warning that the country might go bankrupt if the trend is not checked. The cleric, in his Sunday sermon to his congregation, also raised concerns over the country's economic future, saying Nigeria's debt-to-service revenue ratio might pose danger for decades. According to him, over 90% of Nigeria's revenue from crude oil sales is used to furnish interest accruing on debts. The revered preacher also spoke about the 2023 election, urging Nigerians, especially his congregation, to take part in the political process. He believes those who do not vote during elections should not complain about how the country is conveyed. Members of Breast Cancer Association of Nigeria have held a dinner and award ceremony to celebrate the grand finale of the second annual general meeting of the association. Founder and wife of Ondo State Governor, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu-Akeredolu, who led members to the ceremony, said she is overwhelmed by the association's success. Omoriola Hunwiji has details. That was the mood of the founder of the association, who is also the wife of Ondo State Governor, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu-Akeredolu. She is optimistic that BRECAN will save more lives from the clutches of breast cancer. After days of rigorous lectures, evaluation and strategic planning on how best to place the association on a high pedestal, members deemed it fit to celebrate themselves for the successful outing. National President of the association, who is also the chairperson of the Oyo State chapter, Tolu Taiwo, who expressed satisfaction on the achievements recorded so far, announced that the 25th anniversary of the association would come up in October this year.
Apart from the fact that the 25th anniversary of BRECAN is also the 4th international symposium, and we have a lot. We're going to have lectures, of course advocacy will keep on going from now till then, after, for women to please come out. I know that breast cancer isn't a death sentence if early detected. That's what we'll keep preaching.
Other state chairpersons and members said they are better equipped to ensure the association achieves its objective of saving lives.
I am seeing a very different BRECAN, I must confess. A very different BRECAN in every of its activity. There's a great, when I say great improvement, in terms of the information technology that has been included and so many other inputs that we've had so far. It's quite a total different thing.
We are really feeling the impact. Imo State as a whole has been feeling the impact. We've been able to create awareness to people. We've been able to sensitize people, secondary schools, tertiary schools, churches. We go to villages, remote areas where we feel this information has not gone to. We even go to marketplaces to sensitize people so that they will be breast aware.
We're marking our 25th anniversary. We are happy to us when we see the spread, when we see the growth, judging by what it takes to run NGO in Nigeria and the culture of giving and volunteerism in Nigeria that we see across the 36 states and the FCT. You will know that to us, spreading to 6 states is a no mean feat. We celebrate it so much.
It's been a wonderful time, being in the midst of these persons that have built up a number of years of experience, and they are willing to share. No one is holding any information. So it's been a wonderful time.
Award of merit were given to some members and supporters of the association, including the founder, Mrs. Betty Anyo Akeredolu. The Lagos State chapter of the association is expected to host the next annual general meeting coming up next year. Omoriola Mbiji, Osrc News.
An agronomist, Dr. Emmanuel Moijesu, has hinted of windy weather that will soon come in some parts of Akure, the Ondo State capital. The lecturer at the Federal College of Agriculture, Akure, said Nigerians are currently witnessing adiabatic heat, which would come before rain. He enjoined the state emergency agency to be on top of the game and enlighten residents on what to do.
It's rotating from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, and what will they come with? It will come with heat and southwest monsoon wind from the ocean, bringing in warm currents. That's why you are feeling this heat, and they call this heat adiabatic heat, which must come before the rain. Since the heat that will trigger it off, so it's no problem. So the rain will soon fall. It will be coming scattered, as you are noticing. Then it will come with a rainstorm. And that is why I want to sound this note of warning again. There is a very heavy rainstorm coming from Igoba. Ishinibo, Ijutagbolu is the highest point in this area. Coming with winds. The trees they have been blown off, have been cut off, have been fell down. So when the wind will come, it will come. It is either it passes through Ijapo or it passes through Shagari village. Isolo, Araromi, it will burst near the Ondo bypass or the former police headquarters onto Futa, and it will accompany blowing of houses. It is an annual thing. So people in those areas have to prepare very well because the adiabatic heat, the heat will be so much, and it will come forcefully. And not even then that should be bothered. On those state emergency agency, this is the time for them to be announcing out to people of what might be, and then prepare for any of the mitigation effect that will happen. But this thing required scientific knowledge, and that is why we are saying all these things is not just by a mere prediction, a scientific name, but it's a yearly occurrence. It coming with blowing of winds.
We'll go on this commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
Get data unlimited to experience Dance Unlimited on Glow TV. Watch Battle of the Year and other amazing TV content with Glow TV data plans that will make you dance. Dial *777# to choose the right data plan for you.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook, Osrc TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. Taking more stories now. The federal government's revised COVID-19 travel protocol for travelers arriving in Nigeria is scheduled to take effect from Monday. The chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19, Bas Mustafa, said the new protocol requires that inbound passengers to Nigeria who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 no longer need to take COVID-19 PCR test before boarding Nigeria-bound flights. Also, fully vaccinated passengers arriving in Nigeria will not be required to carry out post-arrival PCR test or a rapid antigen test upon arriving in Nigeria. However, inbound passengers who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated for COVID-19 will still be required to take a COVID-19 PCR test 44 hours before departure. The Nigeria Railway Corporation, NRC, has again confirmed the safety of 2 additional passengers aboard the ill-fated AK-9 train bombed by terrorists on the Abuja-Kaduna Standard Gauge Rail line. With the 2 recent additions, the total number of passengers confirmed safe is 172 as at the time of filing this report. The corporation's managing director, Fidet Okiria, in a statement said the corporation's restoration team has further re-railed 4 more coaches. This brings the total number of coaches so far re-railed to 7, though only 5 have been successfully moved to the stations. Meanwhile, the federal government has commenced the repair of the railway tracks destroyed by terrorists who bombed the Abuja-bound train from Kaduna last Monday. The unfortunate occurrence, which led to death of scores of Nigerians with many still missing, happened at Regina community along Kaduna-Abuja Road. Wide-range condemnations greeted the dastardly act, which has further exposed the security challenges confronting the nation. However, report says the police, army and air force have intensified ground and aerial bombardment of the notorious ports between Abuja and Kaduna, while repair works are being carried out under the protection of security agents. About 10 million tablets of pharmaceutical tramadol and Exo 5 worth over 5 billion naira have been seized at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and Edo State by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and the Nigerian Customs Service, NCS. According to reports, cartons of tramadol of different brand names with an estimated street value of about 5 billion naira were transferred by the Nigerian Customs to the Airport Command of NDLEA as a symbol of the synergy between the 2 law enforcement agencies. In Abuja, about 250,000 tablets and capsules of tramadol and Exo 5 were intercepted in a truck. Though the truck driver escaped into the bush during the search of the vehicle, 2 of his assistants, Usman Adumini and Aminu Ahmed, were arrested. At least 7 drug dealers were arrested in raids in parts of Kano, with 80 kilograms of codeine seized from them. Christians have been reminded of the need to be their brothers' keepers, especially in difficult times. Founder of the Alpha Light Chapel Bible Ministry, Oluwatominsin Odushola, spoke at the church anniversary and annual convention at Igbokoda in a larger local government area of Ondo State. The report is presented from a studio.
While reflecting on contemporary issues bordering on national challenges and difficulties, the cleric enjoined Christians to always rise to the occasion of assisting others in every way they can. He said, such gesture attracts divine blessings. Presentation of awards to students of tertiary institutions and gift items to widow, courtesy of the founder of the church, Oluwatominsin Odushola, in conjunction with the non-governmental organization Adetola Aladeton Foundation, was part of the annual convention of the Alpha Light Chapel Bible Ministry, Igbokoda. Chairman of the church, Deji Ikokwenikon, and other members of the church thanked the conveners of the event for the show of love to humanity.
It's here to help the widows, the ages. It gives them some packages of dividends so that at the end of the day, these people will not be seen as less privileged in our society.
One good thing that the founder has always done that is very, very important is the fact that you give back to the society. Today, some widows are going to receive some gifts, and that is the spirit of giving. And in the spirit of giving is also very important that we also appreciate God. So
the Erelu of Ilaje, Mrs. Toyin Agbedogumbure, also appreciated the gesture of the cleric.
The honor of the church has been stretching a hand of help. So Elijah woman, particularly the widow, the orphan, he has been a source of blessing. So Elijah.
Beneficiaries thanked the founder and philanthropist for not forgetting them. They prayed opportunities as such will not stop in the society.
We also thank the philanthropists in charge of this, and we pray that more and more people are going to receive opportunities like this. We are really grateful and we thank them very much once again.
The church founder was also presented an award of excellence at the event.
Irrespective of life challenges, Christians must give thanks to God at all times. National President, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Samson Ayokunle, gave the church at the Acts of Apostles International Church in Akure during the annual Thanksgiving service of the General Superintendent, Prophet Zacchaeus Adeboriota. Omorion Lahungbeji reports that the anniversary is the 27th of the ministry.
Prophet Zacchaeus Adeboriota led his church, the Acts of Apostles International Church, in thanksgiving to God for blessings over the years. The Thanksgiving service is an annual event where the congregants raise their voices in jubilation to God.
I will read through all the 14 verses.
Wife of the founder, Deaconess Florence Adeboriota, took the first Bible reading for this service from Psalms 148, verse 1 to 14. National President, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Samson Ayokunle, while giving charge, commended Prophet Adeboriota's decision to annually thank God.
Baba, you follow the Lord till the grace that can bring you to riches. We continue to follow you to the end.
Beloved, pastors, colleagues in the ministry, I want to play with you. Decide to follow the Lord to the end.
Prophet Adeboriota and his wife testified that the program has brought blessings to their lives and that of the church.
I established giving thanks unto God like a play in the face of human being. But I know the reason, and the reason inspired me to continue for life.
Since we have been thanking God since about 27 years ago, then God has continued to do marvelous things in our life. As we are thanking Him, He continues to do more great things in our life every time, and in the ministry that God has committed unto our hands.
Other dignitaries, including State Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Father Anselm Olugunwa, said Adeboriota's support for Christian family in Ondo State would always be appreciated.
Our life is thanksgiving. Our existence is thanksgiving. We do not merit to come into the world, but God in His infinite goodness decided to create us, to be in His own image and likeness. He created even the world. He created for 5 days and did not create those things in His own image and likeness. But He counted us human beings worthy, and He said, let us create man in His own image and likeness.
It is a thing that is worthy of emulation, worthy of doing from time to time. Not just setting apart a special day, but every day. But when you now set apart a special day, it means that you are telling God in a bigger form that you value, you appreciate, and you cherish all that He has done in your life.
I saw that it was practicing what He preached.
The annual special Thanksgiving service comes up every first Sunday of March. Omorion Lahungbeji, Osrc News.
And from the foreign scene, Russia's lead negotiator in peace talks with Ukraine, Vladimir Medinsky, says it is too early for a top-level meeting on ending the conflict. The lead negotiator said the Ukrainian side has become more realistic in its approach to issues related to the neutral and non-nuclear status of Ukraine, but the draft agreement is not ready for submission to a summit meeting. He said they did not share the optimism of Ukraine's negotiators on the possibility of talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Ukraine's top negotiator David Arakmea had said Moscow had verbally agreed to key Ukrainian proposals, raising hopes that talks to end fighting were moving forward. And to end the news at 7, here again are the major stories. The All Progressives Congress APC in Ondo State has condemned recent attack on Ondo lawmaker Gbenga Omoli. A statement from the party spokesperson Alex Kalejaye also called for improved security as 2023 elections draw near. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has expressed worry over Nigeria's economic future amid high debt profile in a Sunday sermon to his congregation. Adeboye also challenged Christians to take active part in politics. The federal government has commenced repair of railway tracks destroyed by terrorists in Kaduna last Monday. And from the foreign scene, Rajan peace talk negotiator has ruled out top meeting between President Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky on Ukraine war. And that ends the news at 7. Thanks for watching. Good evening.
Plus is here. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial